I'm Robert Oates, Managing Director of Arbtech. CJS have asked me to record a quick video for an upcoming feature on employability in the ecological consultancy sector. For me, employability comes down to two things: who you are and what you can do. So let's break those down in turn. First, knowing who you are is so important to companies like Arbtech because culture is at the heart of 99% of the decisions we make. So who you are is your interests, things that get you fired up, things that turn you off. It's knowing what style of management gets the best out of you. It's understanding your strengths and what you do to compensate for your weaknesses. It's knowing what will keep you engaged and hungry, and by contrast, what might make you leave us. And finally, of course, to a very significant degree, it's about knowing what you want to become. In other words, it's what you're aiming at. That could be a career in arboriculture or ecology or one of the head office disciplines like sales, marketing or finance. Or it could be that what you really want is to move to the lakes and open a B&B, or study law at the Open University, or be an astronaut, or go self-employed, or start a rival to Arbtech. It actually doesn't matter very much to me which one of those it is. What matters is, can we add value to each other's journey? Can I help you climb that ladder while you help us climb ours? If the answer is yes, and if we can have a few years of mutually overlapping interests, then you might be the perfect cultural fit for us, even if we go into it knowing that you're not here for the long haul. As a business owner then, I have to provide you with meaningful work and relationships that can act as stepping stones towards what you're really aiming at in the long term. And that's impossible if you don't know who you are or you're not able to communicate that well. Next, what you can do is very much a secondary consideration. Skills can be taught, personality can't. But when I talk about skills, what I mean is real commercial value, dollar value if you like. Bluntly, no one cares what your degree's in, whether you got a first or a 2-1, what your dissertation title was, or what modules you elected. And least of all, literally no one cares about your gap year in Peru. So what do employers like Arbtech want from you then? They want to be able to commercialize your skill set in the fastest possible time. You can set yourself apart from the pack with a keystone skill that people like me are looking for: self-discipline. The goal here, this root of all good qualities, is to pick a domain, something useful to employers like bats for example, and develop the skill of becoming undeniable. Use your discipline to move yourself forward in that domain every single day without fail. From zero in 6 months, you could easily demolish every textbook, more or less every journal article, and every published guidance document on bats and bat surveys, past and present. But there's tons more. Get out and talk to people. Work a part-time job to pay for your travel expenses and go volunteer for a local bat group. Ask consultancies near you if you can shadow them on bat surveys. Get out on emergence surveys during the summer, lots of them, which in itself is paid work. And don't just show up and go home. Make friends, talk to people, network, buy a detector, go out on your own and get used to delineating between calls and sonograms for different species of bats. Observe them, watch their behavior, the features they emerge from and their flight paths. Note the conditions and times they're active and when they're not. Find your own interesting buildings locally and do your own emergence and re-entry surveys. Looking to bag and tag as many species as you can, as frequently as you can. Chase down anyone you can find on LinkedIn, me included, and engage with them as much as you can. Get out to conferences, walk right up to people like me and talk to us. If you'd been doing all of this for the last 6 or 12 months, you wouldn't need to watch this video because you'd already have been snapped up. And if it sounds like work, then good, because it is. The unfortunate reality is that you're competing with thousands of other related field graduates for a comparatively small pool of jobs. But don't let that discourage you. The application of discipline to the accumulation of skills over time will get you where you want to be. If you're not convinced, then here's a real life example. One of my consultants is Faye Brotherhood. She was a toilet cleaner in a school before working at Arbtech, but she knew what she wanted to do, and during that time she ceaselessly pursued skill development across a range of domains, particularly botany. She has never let up the gas on botany, and now, still a relatively junior consultant, she is the envy of many a senior or principal as far as plant ID is concerned. She is undeniable. So be like Faye and you'll walk any job interview you get invited for.